Hi! The first video discussing the elements of marketing mix is behind us. A few weeks ago, we explained the role of the product in the marketing strategy and the life of the customer. Today, it's time for another extremely important part of the 4P concept, the price. In the next few minutes, you will find out. How does price affect consumers' perception of products and services? What pricing strategies can an organization employ? How significant is the role of price for a luxury brand like Tiffany? First of all, it is worth asking oneself what price actually is. For an organization, this is the amount of money it charges for a product. In a broader sense, from the consumer's point of view, it is the total value they exchange for the benefits of using a given good or service. This means that organizations need to be extremely careful in planning their pricing strategies. One incautious move might cause even the most loyal consumer to cease seeing a given product as worth the price. So how to build a pricing strategy? We can distinguish three basic methods. The first is setting the price of the product based on the costs we have to bear. With this strategy, we need to estimate the expenses for the production, distribution, marketing and sale of the goods, and then take into account the rate of profit that we want to attain. Knowing these values, we can determine the proper price of a product in two ways. Firstly, by adding a markup, that is, an extra percentage added to the cost of manufacturing a product. With costs as high as, for example, $20, we could sell the product for $30, which would give us a 50% markup. However, this is a rather arbitrary method, which ignores consumer demand and interest. The second method is setting the price based on the break-even point. In this case, we estimate the price based on the demand and potential profits, and we set the price in such a way as to make up for the production and marketing expenses for the product. The higher the price is, the lower the break-even point will be, and, theoretically, the faster we will make a profit on the product. However, we need to remember about the declining interest of consumers. Another pricing strategy worth mentioning is based on competitors' prices. It is a relatively simple way that allows a company to set product prices by analyzing other products from a given industry or product category. To do this, first you need to consider how your company's offer compares in terms of customer value. If customers think that our products provide them higher value than others, we may charge them a higher price. On the other hand, if we are dealing with the opposite situation, we must either lower the price or convince the recipients that the prices we set are justifiable. Here, with help comes another element of the marketing mix, the promotion, about which you will learn soon from the next videos. The third pricing strategy we would like to talk about is pricing based on customer value. After all, it is the customer who ultimately decides whether the amount he has to pay for a given good or service is justifiable. In this approach, we completely reverse the process of pricing. We don't begin with the production costs or marketing costs, but with the assessment of the needs, desires, and expectations of customers. But how do we estimate them? Companies very often directly ask consumers about their so-called willingness to pay, that is, the price they would be willing to pay for a given product. They also conduct various market experiments that allow them to estimate the right amount based on experience. Knowing the amount that consumer is willing to pay, the company can determine the potential costs in the next steps and adjust the rest of the value chain to the selected price. Thanks to this pricing method, companies have the opportunity to understand what value customers see in their products and their functionalities. This is invaluable knowledge that allows not only to shape prices, but also to influence other elements of the marketing mix. It is also worth mentioning other, more custom pricing strategies that we can utilize. One of them is, for example, price skimming, which consists in imposing a high initial price for the goods and, in the beginning, directing them only to the loyal customers and the so-called innovators. Because of their desire to be up to date and keep up with trends, those customers are willing to pay more than the average customer. However, to succeed with this strategy, one must have strong brand and conduct a strong advertising hit right after the product is launched. After the initial period, the price is then reduced to a level acceptable for a larger group of recipients. Looking for interesting corporate pricing strategies, we turned our attention to Tiffany. This American company producing jewelry and tableware has always been associated with luxury and high quality. In the early 90s, however, Tiffany succumbed to the fashion for cheap jewelry and launched a Return to Tiffany bracelet for the price of $110. The initial success and large sales of the accessory didn't last for long though. The fashion for the bracelet went away, and more conservative consumers turned their backs on the brand that had ceased to be exclusive. In 2002, the company decided to return to the production and sale of more expensive jewelry. The example of Tiffany shows that for consumers, price is often a guarantee and a mark of quality. Reducing the price might result in the brand losing its association with luxury, and thus, in losing the customers for whom its exclusive image was a great benefit. So, to sum up, from today's video we've learned what the price is and how significant is its role in the marketing strategy of an organization. We've also got to know the most popular pricing strategies and methods of implementing them based on costs, competing offers, or customer value. We've also learned a bit about Tiffany, for which the high price turned out to be one of the most important differentiators on the market. We strongly encourage you to subscribe to our channel. There are more episodes full of marketing knowledge ahead of us, as well as other valuable videos. Each week we try to provide you with a large dose of materials to support you in your professional and personal development. Stay tuned.